Okay, we're going to talk about whether two lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. And this has to do with what you were talking about, what you discovered on the page before this on parallel lines and perpendicular lines. Remember that parallel lines have the same slope and perpendicular lines have slopes that are opposite and reciprocal. So to tell if something is parallel, perpendicular, or neither, the first thing you're going to do is find the slope of each line. If the slopes are the same, you can say, okay, the slopes have the same sign. They're either both positive or they're both negative. And then you say, are they equivalent values? If yes, they have the same sign and they are the same number, then they are parallel. So if the signs are the same but the slopes are not equal, then they can't be either parallel or perpendicular. Okay. Now if you look at the slopes and one is positive and one is negative, so they're not the same sign. No, not the same. You have to say, okay, well they're not the same sign, so they're opposite, but are they reciprocal? Does one say 3/5 and the other say negative 5/3? If that's yes, then those are perpendicular. But if that's not true, then they are neither. So, for instance, we've got two, let's do a graph and an equation together. This one has a rise 1, 2, and a run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one has a rise of 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So both of these lines have a slope of 1/3. They're the same side and they are equal. So these are parallel. If we look at these just below that, they look equivalent, but let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So slope 1 is 9/2. And this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Negative 8/2. So slope 1 is negative 9/2. Slope 2 is negative 8/2. Not the same. So this one is neither. If I'm looking at these, slope 1 is 4, slope 2 is 1/4. They have the same sign, but they're not equal. So they are not parallel. They're reciprocals, but they're not opposites, so they are not perpendicular. So they are neither. But if we look right here, this one slope is negative 6/11. The second slope is positive 11/6. They are opposite and reciprocal. These lines are perpendicular. So one is positive, one is negative, and they are flipped. Now what about when you have a y equals, you know that that's a 0 slope, and an x equals, you know that's undefined. Well, if one is horizontal and one is vertical, then these are also perpendicular.